said it. You just have to believe it, and that's it.
Dr. Anthony L. Trice, dedicated to sound teaching, strong training, leadership, and development. Prayers are being answered and testimonies all around the world, helping change one life at a time. Find out how to be a partner with Anthony Trice Ministerial Network. And thank you for tuning in for today's message.
When we dealing with gifts and talents and time, listen, how you handle your time, your money, and your treasure eternal is all that you have. Let me see your checkbook. I can show you your heart. Let me see it. Anybody want to volunteer? Let me see your checkbook. I can look at your checkbook and it's going to tell me everything about you. I can look at how you spend your time. It will tell me where your heart is at. Your gifts, some of y'all can sing, some of y'all can usher, some of y'all can do a whole bunch of stuff, but you are wasting God's gift by not utilizing it in this church. And this is the problem. I'm not just talking about putting people up. What the problem is, people are gifted, but their attitude is bad. People are gifted, but they slothful. People are gifted, but they can't work with nobody unless they're controlling it. So the reason why you can't get up and work with people because you are controlling. That means I cannot submit to the praise team leader. I can't submit to the choir leader. I can't submit to the person that's over security because you have a rebellious spirit. Gifted but rebellious. Talented but stubborn. So the problem is, as a leader, I know this, so I can't just put you up. I got to help God work on your character. If you will sit down long enough and let me work on it.
Amen. Come on, Bishop.
But we can't get nothing done because you like a gypsy. This week you here, next week you up the street, next week you on the south side.
Come on, Bishop.
Because can't nobody pastor you. You absolutely right. Can't nobody pastor me. You right. Do I need to break it down? Because you're a goat. In the Bible, it talks about sheep and goats. A sheep is easily led, but a goat, every time you say something, you got something to say. You a goat. Go over there. Why I gotta go over there? You a goat. Do it like this. Why I gotta do it like that, Bishop? Because you a goat. You always got something to say. You always questioning something because you have a problem with trusting. And the reason why you have such a problem with trusting because you've been hurt. And the reason why you've been hurt because you have put people on a pedestal. So it's hard to deal with people because we got all these insecurities and low self-esteem, and my mama didn't love me, and my daddy wasn't there. It's been 40 years. When you gonna get over that? If they ain't been there 40 years, one thing I am not doing in this season is playing with the devil. If you got the spirit in you, I'm gonna cut him off. Because we are in the last hour and we didn't play long enough. And I'm not going to patty cake with you. Grow up. Everybody that's been in your life that's an authority figure have played with you up until this point. Look what Jesus said. You wicked. Jesus didn't play with him. You wicked and slothful servant. Watch this, read.
Thou knew that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchange.
So know what he's talking about? Money. How well do you manage your money? The Bible says that money takes wings. So when you don't have a plan, when you don't manage what God has given you, it will get away. To be honest, some of y'all, God has blessed you tremendously over the years, but you have mismanaged what he's given you because you've never been taught how to be responsible. We've never been taught about money. Because all we talk about is spiritual stuff. But where is the balance in your life? We don't have it. Some of y'all can shout, can cut a step, can preach better than me, can lay hands, but your natural life is a wreck. Because you know what, y'all ready? You've been churchy. That's why when you see me praise the Lord, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
That church lingo. Praise the Lord, Bishop. You just got to talking about me.
Yeah.
So do you really mean that? And I'm not saying people don't, but I'm just saying, I don't do all that. How you doing? When you around me, I ain't talking about scriptures all day. I'm not. I'm living a normal life. I'm enjoying my life. I'm utilizing my life, my time. I ain't every day, you talking about Jesus, not speaking in tongues. No, I'm natural. I'm human. With a balance. I know when to be spiritual, and I know when to be natural. And you don't just get that combination without sacrifice and work and making adjustments. Some people can't even function out of church. That's why we got so many bad marriages. That's why we got no money saved. We can't function out of church. My whole life ain't church. But my whole life is God. Watch this, read.
And then at my coming, I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him.
Take it what? He only got a little. Take that too. Because he ain't doing nothing with it. Read.
And give it unto him which have 10 talents.
Watch this. Have you ever wondered why people that got a lot keep getting more? You know why? Because God can trust them. And you sitting back hating. Why Bishop Trice always get money? Because I can handle money. He's not handling me. Y'all know, right? He bragging, well, whatever you want to call it. See, money keep coming up. You got to prove to God that you're responsible. You can't worship money and things and cars and titles. Read.
For everyone that have shall be given.
Everybody that has, I'm going to give more to them because I can trust them. Read.
And he shall have abundance.
Read.
But from him that have not shall be taken away.
I'm going to take the little you got because you ain't doing it with it. You're not honoring me. You're not showing me that you're responsible. Read.
Even that which he hath.
Now this the part always blow me away.
And
verse 30.
And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping, and there shall be gnashing of
He
teeth.
went to hell over money. You know, nobody went to hell over money because money was his God. Anytime something is controlling you other than God, that's your God. See, I got quiet.
Amen.
Let me say it one more time. If something is controlling you other than God, that's your God. You ain't got time for God? Are you doing other stuff? That's your God. You letting some man or some woman dictate stuff to you that's against the will of God, that's your God. I'm going to tell you another deception. Your kids play football, soccer, basketball. They play every sport and you ain't got time for church. You got no time for God, no time for nothing, but you going to heaven? Well, how do you do that? My son played basketball, soccer, and baseball, but I'm here. Because I ain't trying to deprive him. But at the same time, when God is the center, he fixes everything else around you. And he's the center. It's a big girl, big boy message today. This ain't for little kids. Watch this. Let's move on. I got to move on. I'm spending too much time. Luke chapter 16, verse 8 through 13, real quick. We just simply talk about how to be a good steward, how to be responsible. And this one message ain't going to help you get responsible. It's going to help you get started. Because you 30, 40, 50 years old, you never been responsible. It's going to be challenging being responsible now. Because you haven't been taught. Luke chapter 16, verse 8 through 13, read.
And the Lord commended the unjust steward.
Watch this. The Lord commended the unsaved servant. He was not saved, but God commended him. Why? Read.
Because he had done wisely.
He was wise, not saved, but wise. You saved, but you ain't wise. Y'all don't see this. Saved, but not wise. These folks unsaved, but they wise. Read.
For the children of this world,
the children that's in this world,
in this generation,
are
wiser than the children of light.
They are wiser than God's children. That's amazing to me. That people in the world are smarter than you, although you saved. As if being saved makes you smart. See, everything is a decision. Whatever decision I make now, don't matter what it is, it affects my future. But we make decisions out of emotions and feelings and not out of knowing whether or not if this is the will of God. I can tell you how your life going to be 10 years from now based on what you're doing now. Read.
And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness, that when you fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations.
Real quick, you know what this means? When you are free as a Christian, God can use you and let you go places that he can't let every Christian go. You know what that means? Every Christian ain't free. Some Christian, and I'm not talking about free to sin. I'm talking about free to serve. Now I even been critical of this, so I can be honest, like T.D. Jakes. He in film, he in plays, he in this. It's because God trusts him. Now watch this. It can be dangerous. Let me get, I said this morning. Oprah Winfrey is a witch. I ain't judging her. She's a witch. But God can use him to go around her for a season. To pull some of her resources. To advance the kingdom. God can't use everybody in that manner. Because some people, they'll become like them. See, some of you very limited in your relationship with God because you're not free in your mind. And if God allows you to start going around with certain people, you're going to start doing what they do. Paul said it like this. I became all things that I might win some. See, Paul was versatile, but Peter was prejudiced. He only could deal with Jews. That's why he had to get chipped. Because he was prejudiced. But Paul can deal with Jews and Greeks and whoever else. Because he was free. So don't compare yourself with me because you're in bondage. Watch this, read.
He that is faithful in that which is least,
if you're faithful over a little,
then faithful also in much.
You'll be faithful in the much. So if you're not faithful over a little, you sure ain't going to be faithful. If you don't do right by God with a little, you're not going to do right by God with a lot. Read.
And he that is unjust in the least is also unjust in much.
If you're dishonest with a little, you're going to be dishonest with a lot. Read.
If therefore you have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit your trust to the true riches?
You know what God is saying? If you're not trustworthy with natural things, how can I give you the responsibility of spiritual things? And that's where it disqualifies a lot of preachers. You know why? They can preach, prophesy, lay hands, but they are not responsible. If you can't manage the money in your house, how are you going to manage the church money? If you can't manage your family, how are you going to manage 200 or 300 people? That's why you got 2 people in your church. Because you haven't proven to God that you can manage your home. Your home out of order. People do what they want to do in your house. I'm going to show you how you can tell when somebody's house is out of order. when you step in the house, the environment is cluttered. No peace, no harmony, no serenity. I can go in somebody's house and I some mess going on. You know why? No peace. You can step in. I go to a church and know some mess, some devilment going on. When I step in there, I can feel the atmosphere. Now watch this. I said this on Wednesday. A lot of y'all wasn't here. It's spirits in here.
Yeah. Amen.
It's a difference in having spirits in here and that spirit taking over the church. You know why some spirits in here? Because y'all bring it. But what happens is this. When a pastor does not deal with a spirit in their church, that spirit dominates the church. That's the difference. All I can do when I see a spirit, deal with it. But I can't stop him from coming in here because you bring it. But if I sit back and let somebody do what they're doing, let me give you an example. Can I give you an example? If you are homosexual and I let you up in the choir, you're going to start seeing more homosexuals. And know what they're going to try to do? Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Watch this, y'all ready? Ladies, you run your house, you come and try to run this church. You'll get checked. Did I flinch? Men, watch this. You're not responsible at your house. You don't do nothing at home. That's why you don't do nothing here. We can't get no men to step up here. You know why? You ain't stepping up at home. You won't do nothing at home. So it's pulling teeth trying to get you to do something here. Say everything starts in the home. Whatever in your home, you bring it here. And watch this. If y'all was holding each other accountable, you wouldn't even bring it here. But the reason why you bring it here and it trying to manifest because you ain't dealing with it at home. See, if you deal with it at home, I ain't got to deal with it when you bring it here. Because you already cut it off. I don't understand that here. Read.
If you have not been faithful in that which is another man's.
Watch this. For all you all want to start churches. If you have not been faithful in the church you're in, when you step out and try to start a church, it ain't going to work. We got all these little churches. You got 1,000 churches on one street. You know why? Because most of them people starting church out of bitterness. They angry. They want to run it, or they think they can do it better. And we got 1,000 churches with 2 people, and no money, and no presence, and no power. When we need to do, shut it all down, everybody come to one church. But you know why we can't do that? Because somebody got to be the chief. We got a whole bunch of chiefs and not enough Indians. Watch this, read.
Then who shall give you that which is your own?
God will never give you your own ministry or your own nothing if you haven't been proven to be faithful in somebody else's. Read, watch this.
No servant can serve 2 masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
You can't serve God and the devil. Either you serving God or you serving the devil. You ain't serving both. Read.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Read.
You cannot serve God and mammon.
You cannot serve God and money. So either you serving God and you're not serving money, or you serving money and you're not serving God. That means you can't do what you want to do with your money. Read.
And the Pharisees also, who were covetous.
They was what? So Jesus was dealing with covetousness. What is covetous? When you want something that belongs to somebody else. Watch this, read.
Heard all these things.
Read.
And they derided him.
Watch this, verse 15.
And he said unto them,
This Jesus talking.
You are they which justify yourselves before men.
Some people always justifying what they do. This why I did this. This why I did that. But you justifying it because it was wrong. Watch this, read.
But God knows your hearts.
He sure do. God know my heart. He sure do. You ever heard people say that? God know my heart. Yeah, you know what you know about your heart? It's deceitful and desperately wicked. Watch this, read.
For that which is highly esteemed
The
among men,
stuff that we highly esteem among men is a what?
abomination in the sight
Here
of
we
God.
go. We are esteeming homosexuality, perversion. It's okay for y'all two women to kiss each other. It's okay. It's okay for two men to get married. We are esteeming this in our society. But God said it's an abomination. We embracing this stuff. We have become unsensitive to this stuff. Now I ain't talking about being mean and mistreat nobody, no. But we need to stand for what's right. But we have accepted the fact that two women are in union and two men are in union, and all the preachers are scared. The Bible says the thing that we highly esteem is an abomination to God. And what this stuff is doing is undermining our homes. Our children looking at this mess and they are confused because you don't talk to your children about it. And they growing up thinking this is okay for two men to have sex and two women to have sex because you as a parent won't talk about it. Read.
The law and the prophets were until John.
Okay, that's it. Luke 21, I'm trying to hurry up, I'm almost done. Luke 21, verse 1 and 4. We need teaching. I can preach, the Lord, and you jump and shout. Then you get up and they say, what did he preach? I don't know. We need teaching. Watch this, Luke chapter 21, verse 1 and 4. Read.
And he looked up.
Hold up. And he looked up, referring to Jesus Christ. He looked up, read.
And saw the rich men when casting their gifts into the treasury.
They brought their gifts to the treasury. They brought their offering to the treasury. He was watching them to see what they was giving. You know why he was watching them? Because he was comparing their heart with what they were giving. Now, Jesus is not here in the natural, but he's in the spirit. When you get your offerings and your tithe, he's looking to see if you being honest. You watching. You just read it yourself. Watch this, read.
And he saw also a certain poor widow casting in her 2 mites.
We say these 2 mites are 2 pennies. He saw these rich people giving, and he saw this poor woman giving. Read.
And he said,
This is what he said.
of a truth,
This is the truth.
I say unto you,
Uh-huh.
that this poor widow have cast in more than all of them.
Now, they was rich and they gave. She was poor and she gave. What was the difference? What she gave was from her heart. She honestly gave what she had. These rich people, this is what they giving. Oh, this is what they need, huh? Their heart was not in what they gave. And they gave because they had. So their attitude was not right in what they gave. Even though, naturally speaking, it appeared that they gave a lot. But this woman gave out of sacrifice. She gave out of obedience. She gave with the right heart. Listen, you can give your money every week. If your motive for giving it is not right, you're not going to get a return. Watch this. I really don't want to give it. Don't. Because you're not going to get a return. Because you're giving grudgingly. How do you tell where your heart at? I can tell you, when we call for offering time, and you don't freely write out the check. Freely means you don't feel nothing. If every time you have to give to God and you feel something, that's an indication that you need some more deliverance in your heart. Because you know why? Your money is closely attached to your heart. Where your treasure is, that's why I should let me see your checkbook. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to see. Wig shop, nail shop, White Castles, Red Lobster, Ford Motor, U.S. Bank. Where God at? He ain't in the equation. I'm going to tell you tell you what's closely associated with money. Y'all ready? Honesty. Remember when Ananias and Sapphira, they asked God, they said, Lord, if you just bless me, I'll bless the church. As soon, I think they had good intentions. When that money hit their hand, what's in them came out. This is how some of y'all interpret this message. He want my money. You missed the whole point. You missed the whole point. Y'all ready? God wants your money. You know why? When you get your money, it's your heart. Watch this. Read.
For all these have of their abundance cast into the offerings of God, but she of her penury have cast in all the living that she had.
She really gave her hearts and her soul. She made a sacrifice. All right, now I'm at my last point, and I'm going to let you go. Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 19. We're talking about being a good steward. You got to get back in control of your life. And one of the ways you get control of your life, by managing your time, my gifts, and my money. You got to gain control of your time, your gifts, and your money in order to get control of your life. I don't have time to waste. Ecclesiastes 10 and 19, and I will let you go home. Read.
A feast is made for laughter.
Food is good for celebration and fellowship. Read.
And wine maketh merry.
And wine make you happy. We'll leave that alone. Because not only can it make you happy, it can make you sad too. Because if you keep drinking it, you'll turn into a drunk. Watch this. Read.
But money answereth all things.
But money answereth what? All. Watch this. Look up. Money is the answer to some of your problems. Money is the answer that solves problems. Y'all ready? You can be saved enough to fly. You can be saved for the next 60 years. If you don't get control of your money, you're going to constantly have problems until Jesus comes.
Dr. Anthony L. Trice is determined to take the gospel around the world to a people that are hurting mentally, physically, and financially. Your prosperity is in your seed. God has shown him how to be prosperous, successful, and with integrity. Ecclesiastes 10 and 19. Money answered all things. We would like you to partner with us. Help us spread the word of God. Sign up as a monthly partner today and take advantage of this special offer. For a love token of $30 plus shipping and handling, you will receive this prosperity package, which includes Your Prosperity is in Your Seed, a powerful teaching CD, and prosperity oil. All partners will receive a monthly CD, newsletter, and much, much more. For more information, call 314-659-8522 or visit us online at www.anthonytrice.org. You can write to us at 7200 West Florissant, St. Louis, Missouri 63136, and we thank you for your support.
Hey, that was a powerful, awesome word from the Lord. I would like to thank you for tuning into our television broadcast on today. Amen, God is doing some awesome things here in this ministry. Our members are being delivered, they're being healed, they're experiencing financial breakthrough, and I want you to experience that same anointing that's on this ministry in your life by partnering with me here at Anthony Trice Ministry. You can go to my website at anthonytrice.org and become a monthly partner. God bless you.
Thank you for watching today's broadcast. If ever in St. Louis area, please come visit Covenant for Life Christian Center at 7200 West Florissant, St. Louis, Missouri 63136, or give us a call at 314-659-8522. For more information on how to get connected, write to us or visit us online at anthonytrice.org. And we thank you for your continued support.